I'm about to cry from what just happened. So I recorded this video earlier and I went and tried to edit this video. When I opened it, apparently everything I recorded was muted. There was no voice, and yeah, so I'm gonna redo it all again. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and what a better way to wrap up this year than reviewing every expansion pack released for The Sims 4. With years of DLC, expansion packs, game packs, stuff packs, kits, we have a lot to review and to see what expansion packs are really worth it and what are just there. Whether you are a new player or a long time player, I'll be breaking down every expansion pack in regards to the build buy mode, to the features, to the overall value of the expansion pack and what it adds to the game. I'll also share my favorite ones. So this review is gonna be based on my experience. And we're only reviewing the expansion packs. So for further videos, we're gonna review stuff packs, game packs maybe. So your involvement would be truly appreciated. Do let me know which game packs or stuff packs are your favorite so I can build my next video on that. A kind reminder before we start, The Sims 4 has a total of 17 expansion packs as the date of this video. So let's dive into the ranking of The Sims 4 expansion packs. So the first expansion pack that was released for The Sims 4 was Get to Work. With Get to Work, there were 3 new careers that were introduced. They are playable careers. We have the doctor, detective, and the scientist. Each came with different levels and different gameplay. It was fun to have. It was something exciting back then, but personally, for me, I don't see myself playing with this career very much because you do have to travel with your sim to work every day. That's my cat meowing. So yeah, you do have to travel with your sim every day to work in order for them to gain performance and to gain uh, promotions. So that would be something, you would have to be completely focused on the career of your sim. There you wouldn't have much time to do something else, or go to school with your teenagers, or go to university with young adults. So if you are someone who enjoys playing with careers, I would highly recommend you get The Sims 4 Get to Work. But for me personally, I would have to put this one in the okay section for the reasons I mentioned before. I don't want to be my game to be disturbed by having to go to work with my sim every day, and this is basically what this expansion pack came with. It only came with these 3 careers and also with a retail system, which is fun. But again, the Sims is not just about retail or going to work. There is a lot of storytelling that you would do. This is why I'm putting it in the okay tier. Next up, we have Get Together. So in Get Together, there were many new features introduced in the game or in any Sims game ever. There were clubs, social groups, a new type of career, the wonderful world of Wendenberg. So if you are someone who enjoys the social life of Sims and clubs, it even gives you the ability to define your clubs and your objectives. So this one was really cool, especially if you have a teenager and you want to create social groups, in high school and stuff. So this pack is for you, and it adds an overall feature for the game. It's not only specific to playing in a certain world or in a certain environment. You can do this in any world and with any sim. So for me, I would put this expansion pack in the good to have a tier for the reasons I mentioned before. The basic rating that I'm going with here is the features that expansion packs add to your game. So if it adds a feature that you can play with whenever you want throughout your gameplay, then the expansion pack will be for you. But if it's just specific to one thing, then this pack would be something you play with like once or twice, then you get bored with. So this is the rating system that I'm going with here. The third expansion pack is actually one of my favorites. It's City Living. City Living introduced a wonderful world, San Myshuno. It is based on New York, and it has 4 neighborhoods. Each has its own a unique character. And it introduced apartments and apartment life. So if you are someone who enjoys living in apartments and having or playing with apartments, then this pack is for you. It is something I would highly recommend because apartments are kind of realistic, compared to real life. So having apartments is something essential. I know it's only limited to San Myshuno, but apartments again are something realistic, something everyone should have. So for me, I would have to put this expansion pack in the must have. It is extremely essential to have apartments in your gameplay and to have all the activities that come with city living and the wonderful neighborhoods. There are even penthouses, and some also there are festivals that were introduced to the game. So there is reoccurring festivals throughout the neighborhoods. So yeah, it's really fun to have and essential again. Speaking about essentials, Cats and Dogs is also one of the essential expansion packs that you should have for The Sims 4, because pets are something realistic, and the activities they add to the gameplay and having them, if you love cats, if you love dogs, then this one is for you. You can also train your cats and dogs to certain activities in the game, so this is really fun. And again, the realistic part of this expansion pack makes it a must-have expansion pack. So again, we're gonna be putting cats and dogs in the must-have tier. And of course, no Sims game is complete without seasons. The Sims 4 seasons is very essential for you to have. The overlay that it adds to the game, from snow, rain, seasons, holidays, it even adds holidays to your game, and a calendar so you can track holidays, track what your Sims have throughout the year. It's really fun. It's fantastic, and this is extremely essential again for you to have in your gameplay because of the overlay or say strategy that it adds to your game. So I would put seasons in the must-have tier because again it adds a wonderful aspect to your gameplay. If you are someone who enjoys playing with celebrities, fame, and what comes with it, paparazzis, gaining fame or losing your fame because of scandals and such, so The Sims 4 Get Famous is for you. It adds celebrities to your game and you would see them around the world, but it's not for me. I don't want to have my sim be famous all the time. I would want to do it once, twice, but nothing more than that. And honestly, the world that came with this expansion pack is horrible. Everyone complained about it. I think there are even some houses where there were no toilets, or there was some stuff lacking with this expansion pack. But gameplay and feature wise, if you're someone who loves playing with fame again and scandals, paparazzis, all of that, then you should get this pack. But personally, I would recommend this one, or I would put it in the okay tier, because there isn't that much of a regular gameplay or regular features that I would use in my gameplay. Yeah, I would want to have a famous sim, but I would do that again just once or twice, not that much. Island living. So The Sims 4 introduced island living, which is supposed to be similar to The Sims 3 Island Paradise, but island living, for me, it's just not the one. I'm sorry, do not come for me. I know there are people who love it. I personally love the world that came with this expansion pack. Solani is wonderful. It has a tropical vibe to it. I extremely enjoy the world, but I would want to send my sim there for a vacation, and I wouldn't have a sim living there because the interactions available for this world is only limited to what the expansion pack has to offer, like the sea life and such. I wouldn't play with it very much. I wanna play a regular game in a city or in a town, not in a tropical world. It lacks the houseboats which we had in The Sims 3. They gave us the ability to build on water and jet skis and such, but it's not complete. Comparing it to The Sims 3 Island Living, you were able to dive in the ocean, explore the ocean, go underneath the ocean. You were able to go and discover uncharted islands. There isn't that much features introduced with The Sims 4 Island Living. There were mermaids also, so if this is something you are interested in, then you should get the Island Living expansion pack. But for me, I would have to put this expansion pack in the okay section. It's just okay to have, but it's not very essential or good to have. So again, the essentials. I don't have to explain these because they make the game more real, and they should just be there, but they are expansion packs. So we're talking about The Sims 4 Discover University. Of course, Sims should go and attend university, enjoy the university life, enjoy activities, after school activities, study hard to be able to gain a degree. And when they gain a degree, it even gives them a further push when they apply to a job after graduating. So The Sims 4 Discover University introduced all of this and the wonderful campus life, all that comes with it. Parties, classes, lectures. Classes are rabbit holes, but lectures, you can go ahead with your sim and attend a lecture. So for this expansion pack, we are gonna be putting it in the must-have tier. Again, this is essential. It just makes your game more realistic. I know you wouldn't do that very much, but you should send your Sims to university. So this one is new to The Sims, but it is extremely wonderful. We are talking about Eco Lifestyle. Eco Lifestyle introduced an overlay and strategy gameplay to the game that was never there, which is sustainability. So whatever your sim does in their daily life actually affects the way they live and affects their community. So if your sim has a neutral footprint, they are not doing very much to the environment, but they can go ahead and vote on their community board, or they can start a movement and have Sims vote for it. And if they lead a greener future by placing solar panels, or treating water, so this is gonna improve their carbon footprint, and it's gonna make their lifestyle much better in regards to their lifestyle or their community lifestyle. So for this expansion pack, we are gonna be putting it in the good to have one. It is somewhat between the essential and somewhat in not very much, but yeah, it's a cool overlay and a cool strategy gameplay. Just why or even no, I wouldn't get this expansion pack. Snowy Escape should have been a part of Seasons expansion pack, because it just adds a world with snow, skiing, mountain climbing, resorts. It's basically a vacation world. Like, I wouldn't have my sim live there permanently, and snow is there with Seasons. Rock climbing is a skill, skiing is a skill, resorts could have been part of Seasons. They're not really worth splitting up some features from Seasons and making a whole expansion pack about it. So this one is not just not for me. I don't even own this expansion pack, and I'm not ever gonna buy it. So this one is gonna go in the nope tier. Like, just don't get it. Don't get this expansion pack. I'm sorry. On the other hand, we have a very cool one. It's cottage living. So if you love the farm life, and if you love running a farm or playing with chickens, and these little creatures, growing your own produce so you can cook for them or sell them, then cottage living is for you. In my opinion, it's really cool. It's fun to have. You can play with it once or twice and get bored with it, but you can use the features if you have a townhouse. So you can grow your own produce, or you can grow some chickens. So yeah, the features that this expansion pack introduced were really fun and really cool. And if you want my opinion on this, then I'm gonna be putting it in the good to have. So in the good to have tier, it's basically cool features, not not playable very often, but it's really extremely wonderful, and it adds great gameplay features to the game. Next up, we have high school years. So in high school years, basically, you just go with your teenage sim to high school and you attend their classes. Basically, you have 2 classes per day, and then you have a very long lunch break. You have the morning time where you just can chill with the principal or talk to your friends, but that's it. You can stay afterwards in school and do your random activities. It did add prom. Prom is something fantastic in this expansion pack, and it is the reason why I'm moving it higher on the ranking scale. So you can prepare for prom, go to prom, enjoy prom, and all of that. So this is realism. It makes your game more realistic again and again, and I emphasize about this because I like having my game closer to real life. So high school years would go in the okay section just for the sake of prom, but I wouldn't go with my teenage sim to school every day. And you keep getting this pop-up: do you want to send your sim alone, or do you want to join them? So no, I'm not joining them, but I would want to go to prom. So if you play with families and your gameplay is focused on families, then you should get Growing Together. Growing Together focuses on family, strategy, life, and it introduces milestones. It introduces new traits, new ways of family dynamics between your family members. So if you are someone who enjoy playing with family, or someone who's family oriented, then Growing Together is for you. In my opinion, this is one of the essentials. You should have this one because of the family dynamics it adds to your gameplay and the milestones it adds. So Growing Together is actually something that I would recommend, or I would say just good to have. It's not a very essential, but it's good to have. If you are having to choose between the top tier and the lower one, then I would recommend getting the ones on top first, then going for the ones down. And if you start going to the ones down, then Growing Together is the first one that you should go. Again, I have so many questions about this strategy EA follows to create expansion packs for The Sims 4. Like Horse Ranch. What is exactly Horse Ranch? You have a stable and you can own a horse, you can go for races, that's it. A horse is a pet. So we could have had The Sims for pets. We have dogs, cats, horses. But no, EA decided to create a separate expansion packs only for horses, which you would play with once or twice. So Horse Ranch is something very low on the ranking for me because of the gameplay features and the playability of this expansion pack. I wouldn't see myself playing with it very often, so I would just put this one on the Y section, because why would EA create a separate expansion pack for horses and not just include it in The Sims for pets? Sorry, Horse Ranch, you're going in the Y section. If you love Asian themed worlds, then you should get For Rent. For Rent came with the Asian themed world and objects, all of that. But it is about owning a building or an apartment and renting out this apartment. This could have been a feature of city living, you know, since in apartments were introduced with city living, this could have been a very huge part of city living, but they decided to give you retail system rental for apartments, and they decided to call it for rent. So we are gonna be putting for this is basically it. It's just you own an apartment and you rent it out. You deal with problems with tenants and such. So for rent would go in the okay section. It's not something you would want to do daily or in any gameplay. You do it once or twice. I have played with it once since the game was released, and that was it. Modern dating, dating applications, going on dates, relationship dynamics, which is very complicated in this expansion pack, attractions, all of that was introduced with Lovestruck. So Lovestruck adds this overlay to your game about dating, relationships, dynamics, attractions, and all of that, which is cool. And they added, I think, motels, which are rabbit holes. Did not try it, to be honest, but yeah, this is what Lovestruck is about. So if you are someone who enjoys dating and relationships, you should get Lovestruck. Personally, for me, I do occasional dating, so I'm gonna be putting Lovestruck in the okay section because you can still go on dates and such with the base game, but this one adds in-depth dynamics and relationships. So yeah, if you would get this one, just get the ones on top first, then go for the Lovestruck. Lastly, the latest expansion pack, which is Life and Death. This one adds a complete change to the game. So it talks about death. Basically, when your sim dies, there is a whole world and gameplay to do. If your entire family died before this expansion pack, your game would end. No, now you can continue playing as a ghost, or you can just let them go. Also, there is a bucket list. This is something completely new to the Sims. We never had bucket lists before. Now your Sim has certain actions that pop up based on their personality, interactions, and such, which they have to complete. And once they die, there is something called the unfinished business, which they have to go again and do as a ghost so that they can free themselves. And as ghosts, they earn points and improve their skills. They can be either good ghosts or bad ghosts based on the ghost mastery. So Life and Death is essential for me because of also it adds heirlooms and it adds wills, which is more realistic and close to real life. So I would rate Life and Death at the top of the list because the features that it brought to the game was something new, something long waited. We had it's been a while since we had good features introduced to The Sims 4. So I would highly recommend getting Life and Death because of the features it adds to your game. And this is it for ranking all expansion packs for The Sims 4. And again, this is just my opinion on the expansion pack, and I'm not being biased towards any of it. I don't hate any of it. This is just my opinion. And if you have any other opinions about them, please do let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know what you think of the stuff packs and game packs because I'll be doing separate videos on those. I hope you enjoyed this video. For more videos about The Sims, rating The Sims games, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.